And this is a segment. Let's get Wade Barrett because it's time for some bad news, some miscellaneous news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So Andrade stated that he had a warning in WWE because of medicine supplements that can be taken in Mexico but not in WWE. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He spoke with WWE and they reached an agreement for him to leave the company. He noted that at first he didn't have a non-compete clause. It came after he returned to AEW. When he found out about the non-compete, he hired a lawyer. They're negotiating for the clause in effect to not be a full year, though he doesn't know exactly when an agreement will be reached. What? No, they couldn't enforce it after, bro. You had one. Speaking of enforcing, Ric Flair on Hulk Hogan's death, he says, I shouldn't say this, but what killed Hulkster was street drugs. Which is crazy to just say and throw out there, but I'm just being honest, dude. And not to bury anyone, would it shock you if Hulkster, like we saw him, he looked partied out on like Logan Paul's podcast and we were watching clips of it. He was drinking beers, crushing beers, promoting his beer. Was he partying? Was he having some nose beers too? I mean, that wouldn't like shock me if that came up, but I'm not. I would just say, listen, dude, he's 70-some. He did roids and he lived a long life. I mean, I don't know what to say, dude. Like, people come and go, you know? But here is crying, bitch-ass Brian, okay? And the email that it came from WrestlingObserver.com, but the email used was an F4W email that falsely copyright struck my channel. So in between falsely copyright striking my channel, bitch-ass Brian is going holy smokes over what Ric Flair had to say about Hulk Hogan.
Ric Flair, in an interview on the Double Coverage podcast, he said, I talked to him the day before he died. I shouldn't say
Who knows if that's true?
Say this, but what killed him was street drugs. When the doctor wouldn't prescribe anymore, he was in so much pain. And he had that neck surgery.
So the doctor wouldn't prescribe more prescription drugs, so he went and got them on the street. If that's what he's saying, that's up. And yeah, that's you do die that way, legit. But if that's what was happening, then goddamn.
And it got infected, so back in the hospital. And then when the doctor would not prescribe any more pain medicine, they just couldn't do it all in good conscience. He went and got the drugs off the street. His body just said, you know what? Bingo, I can't do
Yeah, I mean, you can't be doing that, you know?
it anymore. Feel free. It was medical malpractice. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, Ric Flair, he's kind of at the point where he just says whatever he's going to say. And, I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. He says it'll come out in the next 30 days. So I guess we'll have
Why would it come out? It's like Brooke Hogan and Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge, welcome. What, are they going to make another documentary? What, is Bubba going to try and squeeze another dime out of Hulk Hogan? Jesus. And you, Brian. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was miscellaneous news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
We have a little bit of WWE. So Paige Van Zant, PVZ, formerly in AEW, also in Power Slap, also fought in the UFC. Her husband, I think, is in the UFC currently still. He might have gotten cut recently. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he won. I think he's like 0-2 in the UFC. Maybe he's 1-2 now. I can't remember. But either way, PVZ addressed potentially joining WWE after her AEW departure.
When I ever joined the WWE. So I've kind of talked about my journey with the AEW. And at the time when I entered into the pro wrestling world, I wasn't fully committed, I would say. So I don't know. I think if I were to go into pro wrestling, it would probably be the AEW. I had an incredible experience with them. Love the promotion.
Yeah, because Tony Khan just paid you to chill. He just paid you to chill. He just paid you for like 2 years and you went to work one time.
So I think pro wrestling world, that's where I would go.
Yeah, she just doesn't understand it and does Power Slap now. But WWE expects to secure a US TV deal for AAA fairly soon. And you guys notice how they're doing YouTube shows even with the Spanish commentary? Literally, I said that on the show. It's like, just start doing it on YouTube, even with the fucking commentary. You don't even need English commentary. That's what they're doing. Crazy. But this is Dave, Dusty Dave. So in between copyright striking my channel falsely and then making up lies, Dave Meltzer says that I have been given.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I have been given the impression that they expect that there will be such a deal somewhere fairly soon in the U.S. market, Brian. Now, falsely copyright strike Phil Marks. Dave recently on Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, we talked about how he was like, it's so outdated to do the midget spot, Brian. And then Psycho, the guy who played the role of Little John Cena, was like, it was an unbelievable moment, an out-of-body experience. I almost didn't feel like it was real. That was a dream come true. I knew one day I'd be on that stage. So it like made his life. But of course, Dave has to fucking cry about it and try and bury WWE. AAA's event this Friday featuring an appearance by Rey Mysterio. So we all watched that. It was Alianzas. It was on YouTube. Fucking rules. Recently, or speaking of which, here's El Grande Americano, right? So he got dropped badly on his neck. Like, kind of, I don't know. I think they protected him. I just think they were selling, but it was a crazy-ass wild night. Jack Cartwheel, and I think the kid's name was Chris Carter, and then that Igel Blanc dude, they just fucking snap. They just went full AEW in the opening match, man. It was funny. So it was Thanksgiving, or it is Thanksgiving, whatever. Now it's like Christmas season time officially. I get into it like right when November hits because in Canada, Thanksgiving's in October. And so in America, you know, Christmas, you guys more getting the vibe like now. And so at the Macy's Day Parade, man, they were acknowledging tribal chiefs and shit. So they were just acknowledging fucking OTCs. What else went down at Thanksgiving? So here are WWE superstars talking about their favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving.
Sweet potato pie, man.
Pumpkin
I love fucking sweet potato pie, dude.
pie.
I love pumpkin pie, dude.
And I like mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is the shit, dude.
Sweet potato.
Oh, yeah, sweet potatoes. Give me them yams.
Eggplant parm because I'm Italian.
Okay. I don't want no eggplant parm.
Stuffing and gravy all over my stuffing.
Chitlins! Dressing and mac and cheese.
Protein shake. Pan con pollo.
Mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and turkey.
Tacos. I hate Thanksgiving.
I had tacos like a day or two ago.
Yams!
Or yeah, dude. I had tacos on American Thanksgiving, actually.
Sweet mashed potatoes.
Turkey. I get some, mashed potatoes and gravy. It depends who makes it.
Tia Santina's baked lasagna. So good.
It's all right. Not better.
I'm gonna go with the ham with a little pineapple and a little cranberry sauce.
My mom's special sweet potato casserole.
Turkey, plain and simple.
Mac and cheese, potatoes with cheese, anything with cheese.
Green bean casserole.
Yeah, everyone's skipping, and green beans are fucking. I love green beans, dude. But everyone's skipping over turkey.
Gotta get some juice. Apple juice. If we doing breakfast in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, I get me some orange juice too. Gotta get some water.
Sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato casserole.
Let's go.
I'm going with stuffing casserole.
Cranberries. Anything with cranberries.
I'm a sweet potato guy. Don't you see with sweet potato pie?
With cranberries.
Sweet potato pie, apple pie.
This is going to be our first Thanksgiving ever. So you know what? I'm going to bring some haggis. That's what I'm going to bring.
Damn, bringing haggis over there, Joe Hendry. Speaking of Thanksgiving, Lash Legend was proposed to, and she's in this women's war game as Asuka and Charlotte throw down, and the clock ticks down at about 4 minutes. Lash Legend got proposed to from old Trick Williams here for them, and she's slated for a big push. Hopefully, Trick Williams. I think she's going to look fantastic in this war games, and hopefully Trick Williams gets called up sooner or later. You know, we've been waiting for a while, man. As we watch War Games and we focus back in on War Games here, quickly, they're in San Diego. As of 5 hours ago, they had 44,000 tickets distributed. It's set up for 44,000. They sold out the setup, basically. You can tell by how many people are in that bitch. The stage isn't that. It's just like a tunnel, and the stage setup isn't that crazy because you can't fit. They're just fitting as many people as they can in there, right? You can't fit a bigger fucking Titantron in there or whatever. So it's Thanksgiving weekend, and WWE is getting that Survivor Series promo during prime time.
Series
NBA
Thanksgiving
on
week
ESPN.
tradition since 1987. Card locked 2 rings.
Because WWE's just mainstream right now, man. And here's LA Knight marching in the 1997 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with the Hagerstown, Maryland High School Band.
Thanksgiving memory in 1997. I was playing a bass drum, marching down that parade at Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. How about that one?
Does he hit a BFT on someone or what? So he's just one of these like 1,000 people in this band. Good for him. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. No, dude, band's cool. But yeah, we were talking about it, man. Pro wrestling's just fucking mainstream. Here's CM Punk and Roman Reigns in this. They're the Zebros in this massively successful movie.
Actually, my name is Gene. My name is also Gene. Zeros.
Like, they're doing a good job. They're doing a really good job. And this movie like killed it at the box office. I heard it's really fucking good. And WWE has reportedly offered Chris Jericho a retirement storyline, and those in the company have said that's what they would be interested in. That's, of course, from lying Dave in between copyright striking my channel falsely and being a complete and utter dickhead. He is saying Jericho's basically going back to WWE. We all know it's happening, and that's because just kidding, not again. And that was WWE news. And let me put a new poll in the chat. So, guys, youtube.com/@ProWrestleClips. Okay. Quickly, a little segment called TNA News. With a little aces and eights, mixing it up here. So Jacob Cohen said, just to let everyone know, I have been asked by TNA management to leave the show tonight. There was a belief that I was filming the show. I showed them I was not. They returned and asked me to leave anyways. Wasn't allowed to talk to anyone further. So that's all for me tonight. Now, this guy, Jacob Cohen's a good guy. He's been at a bunch of TNA shows, but he was at their last live show. Now, what has your boy Philly Phil been saying about
just
TNA?
In from Phil Marks of PWT. He says,
what have I been telling you guys?
I told you so.
They're just taking their live shows way more serious. That's why they did that crazy title switch. They're drumming up interest because they're going to announce their TV deal early in 26, and they're going to start airing live on Thursdays, if I'm going to guess. And this guy, although he typically posts spoilers of matches and shit, he's like a beloved fan. But at that show, they were just being more serious about, we can't let our live shit get out, and we're doing some crazy shit here. So that sucks for him, right? But Tony Khan jumped in, and this is from like 2 weeks ago almost, but we haven't talked about it yet. So Tony Khan goes, he's like, you're always welcome at our shows. It has to jump in White Knight, like fucking clown shoes, right? TV industry sources indicated that AMC has emerged as a potential landing spot for TNA's media rights. Okay? That's courtesy of John Alba. And so Switchblade drops the numbers, and we've broken this down. And I've explained this poorly, but Switchblade's got his tweets there to back up what the fuck I've been saying here, okay? So wherever TNA's gone, Spike TV, Destination America, Pop, Access, wherever they've gone, if the average show does 200,000 viewers. I'm just pulling a number out of my ass. 200,000 viewers. TNA averages like 300,000. They typically do, I think it was like 100,000 more or some number. He has it broken down way better. So AMC averaged 317K overall viewers and 75K in the 18 to 49 respectively last year. Out of all their shows, they averaged 317.75K. TNA, and Switchblade says, I can see TNA averaging above that if they land on AMC. So probably looking at just under 400K for Impact. So there you go. Not quite 100,000, but like, 80,000 more viewers they do on everywhere they've gone for the last like 20 years. They've done around just under 100,000 more viewers than the average of whatever they're on. So let's say they do 400,000. That's beating Collision. That's tickling Dynamite ratings. It's not like they're just throwing, maybe they're not on YouTube TV anymore and shit, but maybe they are for international. Who knows? But it will be in the conversation. Yeah, I've provided evidence. Switchblades provided fucking breakdowns of this that we've talked about on the show. It appears like Phil don't fucking miss again when it comes to this shit. And this is why Dave's running and hiding and falsely striking my channel, because he's fucking worried about this. They're trashing NXT. They're trashing TNA because their combined ratings are going to beat the shit out of Collision and Dynamite every week. TNA has the potential. Now, this trend might change, but this has been the trend the entire time for TNA for the last like 20 fucking years almost. Okay. And we've broken it down. We've done the comparisons of each channel they've been on since all the way back. Switchblade, I'll bring in this all once they announce the TV deal. I'm gonna do a long fucking re-breakdown, rehashing of some of the shit, just to remind everyone. But yeah, good for TNA. They're in the conversation. So we talked about the fan who got kicked out, and Marie Shadows had this to say. Jacob gave out scoops for this as TNA filmings as still images. It's all over his timeline. Yet everyone is like, poor him. He's a super fan. And how could TNA do that? TNA is having a bad PR week. Yeah, no, they checked online and made the right decision. If only Jacob could be honest. So Marie Shadows going kind of hard at Jacob, but at the same time, everyone used this to dogpile on fucking TNA, and they did apologize. So he thanked those who supported him like he's a grape victim or something. Like, come on, man, you were kicked out of a show. People are too fucking on social media has made everybody just over dramatic. Yeah, he just says, I love you all. And I had a call with TNA officials this morning. They apologized for what happened and have taken a few steps to remedy the situation so issues like this don't happen. Like, okay, so you get special treatment because you fucking stooged their live taping shit. I'm not trying to be harsh on this guy, but it's like, come on, dude. So AMC has emerged as a potential destination for TNA Impact as the pro wrestling promotion looks to secure a new U.S. media rights deal. Past critically acclaimed shows to air on AMC include Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Mad Men, The Walking Dead, etc. Crazy that they're getting into the pro wrestling business. But this guy here, AO Productions, says, glad that's taken care of and glad they contacted you. We all love TNA at the end of the day. Onwards to Thursday, TNA. No, AO Productions is a cool guy, but he's just a TNA Glazer, just a TN Glazer or what? TN Glaze? No, I'm not trying to be a hater, bro, but I don't know if he's like on their street team. He just promotes the fuck out of them. And so moving along here, huge congrats to Indy Hartwell, who had an engagement to her partner, Lisette. Congrats to her. Frankie Kazarian is set to defend his TNA World Championship against Johnny D. Curtis. This is already went down. I don't know. Did Final Resolution go down? No, sorry. The Thanksgiving show went down. Both orange graphics, so I got confused. So that's at Final Resolution. The Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl went down, though. And it's Brian Myers, Brian Myers, Mance Warner, Ryan Nemeth, Trey Miguel, Hometown Man, Eric Young. In the Thanksgiving Bowl, loser puts on a turkey suit. And so Xia Li, Lei Ying Li, won the TNA Knockouts Championship. She deserves it. She's in the best shape of her career. I always thought WWE could have done more with her. And, yeah, I believe she signed long-term with TNA, at least long-term for as far as they're concerned, right? Because they'll do like 3, 6, 9-month deals in 3, 6, 9. Damn, yo, fine. Yeah, she's the knockout.
I finally made it.
And it means so much to her.
Not here for this business.
Think about it too, dude. Moving from China, you don't know anyone, you don't know the language. You come here, pro wrestle, you become TNA Knockouts champ in an era where TNA's about to like announce a TV deal and shit. You're their champ. Fucking crazy. Good for her, man.
I always wanted this one day. Today, I finally made it.
Damn, dude. And people are trying to shit on this. Brian and fucking Dave are trying to strike us down. So moving along here, Joe Hendry, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he and Jeff Hardy sang My Sacrifice by Creed.
Free, I'm careless, I believe, and above all the others will fly. Let's bring tears to my eyes, my sacrifice.
You know, they don't sound terrible together. They should, like, Jeff Hardy should bring Joe Hendry out at one of his shows, right? But speaking of bringing people out at shows, Dolph Ziggler showed up. He wasn't confident that he'd ever be in WWE again, and he's like, I don't want any part of the NXT crossover shit. He shows up as Dolph Ziggler, gets his merch sold. Hopefully he's in the 2K games and shit. Hopefully they just use his likeness as Dolph Ziggler and work out a little deal where he can show up when they need him and he can go do whatever the fuck else he wants to do, which it seems like that's what they're open to doing more and more of. And Zack Ryder's on that list. But now that Dolph Ziggler came back, got a good payday, and had the internet buzzing about him again, and I'm sure his rates went up again there if he's to show up, like, you know, in Australia and all these other places he was wrestling. Here's his take. He hopes the WWE partnership never ends.
Happy to be here. What an absolute awesome time. I hope the WWE TNA partnership continues and leads to something even better, and we'll go back and forth down the line. I'm very excited about the future of TNA, and what an awesome damn time to see all my old pals at WWE.
Shout out Busted Open.
Awesome time. And I really think we can, I hope they saw that we can continue doing things like this in the future.
And you got that TNA shout out there in the entrance as well.
Hell yeah. How about a little TNA, baby?
Yeah.
So you thought I meant the wrestling company? Oh, that's on you. You should know me better, Dave.
Dude, I'm watching it last night, and Violetta walks into the room and she's like, isn't that Nick? Like,
yeah, that rules, man. I want to see more of that. Like the way Lana's on a fucking nostalgia deal. She's on a Legends deal somehow. Why? Just to keep her under contract. Miro's there. You know, she's trying to spread her wings in the entertainment business. She's always wanted to be an actor and shit. That's why you do that. And then you can put her in the video games as like old school Lana and just have her as like a manager a manager character for like GM mode and just to be with Rusev and shit. I want to see Dolph Ziggler and Matt Cardona be a part of that as well. Just like put them in WWE games. Everyone loves them. And then Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth can still do whatever the fuck they're doing. And if they need a body, you got Zack Ryder's ready to go, you know? And that, ladies and gentlemen, and who knows, they could be part of the TNA DLC for 2K26 as well. I think there's a good possibility of that, as well as the Hardy Boys. That could be a whole DLC pack, is the Hardys and Nick and Ryder. Maybe another person. That, ladies and gentlemen, is TNA News.